Good evening. So sitting with our legs crossed, don't worry too much if you're a little bit stiff around the hips at the moment. We're going to loosen them off in a minute. Let's open the palms, open the chest, and then really grow tall and lengthen through the spine. Now very slight nod of the chin, so you've got lengthening at the back of the neck, and then with your eyes closed or open, just focus on the breath. So the focus is on breathing evenly, smoothly, perhaps mentally for a count of 4. In through the nose slowly, and then out through the nose or mouth. And then maintaining that nice lengthened posture. On your next out breath, we're going to turn the head. So we'll take a breath in the center. As we breathe out, we'll turn the head to the right, trying to keep the chin parallel to the floor, the back of the neck long, and the shoulders relaxed. Inhaling to come through center, and exhaling to turn to the left. So just mobilizing the joints of the neck. They may be stiff. You might not be symmetrical from right to left. It might be a little bit crunchy. You can hear mine, it's crunchy as I'm going. And then coming back into center, placing the right hand down, lengthening up on the left side. Inhaling. Exhaling, coming back. Other way. Lengthen, lift the rib cage. Come across, inhale. And exhale. Let's have 2 more. Reach, inhale. So releasing the shoulders. Lateral flexion through the spine. Inhaling, lengthen. And exhaling. And lowering, keeping that spine long, hands on shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, rotate to the right corner. Inhale, come back. Exhale, rotate. So what you should try to go through your own full range. Now it's nice to do this in seated because it makes the hips stay still and just isolates that upper back. Next time you come to the right, place the left hand on the right knee, take the other hand down to the back, lengthen and hold it there. So looking over your shoulder without the shoulder shrugging up, breathing softly. Releasing, coming around. Opposite hand to knee. Lengthen the spine. Use the hand to create a lever as you rotate there. And come through center. Lovely. So just sitting where you are, bring the soles of your feet together and just give me butterfly knees. So just limbering gently first. And then holding and pressing down on the fleshy part of the thigh, just above the knee. And so the feet will start to open out like a book. Hands on ankles rather than toes. See if you can just create gentle resistance and hold it. And again, it may not be symmetrical from right hip to left. And then releasing, bringing the knees up, taking the legs out in front of you, Can we just flex and point the feet? And then circle gently. Circle the wrists. And then go the other way. Your brain might not like the other way. You have to think about it. One more. And relax. Super. Bend the knees. And just staying where you are. Turn to the side so you can see me. Hold the backs of the thighs and sit up tall on the sit bones there. Pelvic tilt. So take a breath in. Breathe out, scoop and roll. And we do want to keep hold of the legs because we want to create a little bit of a space between the shoulder blades. So pull them apart and then roll up, inhale. Exhaling, scooping and rolling. So lower back, then mid back, then try to open between the shoulders. And then rolling forward and lengthening. So it's a long stretch of the spine, but we're keeping hold of the legs so that we're not just adding load just yet. We want to work more on flexibility. And then just one more, please. And then take the feet apart. Coming forward into slump stretch. So with your head down, focus on breathing into the back of your rib cage. So the front of your rib cage will be restricted in this forward position. So focus on the back of the rib cage into all those intercostal muscles in between every rib. They need to stretch and they don't often stretch. Tend to stretch the ones at the front. Uncurl the spine. Good. Bring yourself softly down onto your back. Pop something under your head if you need it. Just get myself a head block. So just coming onto the back. Bringing the right knee in, hand can be on the shin or maybe at the back of the thigh. Just draw a circle gently with that knee. So drawing a circle with the knee on the ceiling. And then go the other way. Try to keep your pelvis still as you do that. So staying with the hip and knee, hold at the back of the right thigh, take a breath in, breathe out, flex the foot, push the heel to the ceiling. Now I can feel mine's quite tight at the moment, probably need to do a few more before I can straighten it. So I'm going to breathe in to bend, breathe out to push and flex the foot if that's not too tight. Breathe in to bend. Breathe out to push and hold. From here, circling that ankle again slowly. So just keep that moving for me. I'm just going to move over a bit because my feet are out of the camera. And then if that feels okay, take your hands a little bit higher up your leg and slide your left leg away. Now, option to lift your head and shoulders if you want, or leave them down. We'll come a bit further into the hamstrings a little bit later, so not too deep. And then bend the knee and come on down. Good. So the right foot is on the floor with a bent knee. And then we lift the left knee about tabletop, hand on knee or back of thigh, and start to draw a circle just in one direction. Perhaps using this right hand to check that the right side of the pelvis isn't moving. And then circle it the other way. So drawing a circle with the knee on the ceiling whilst the pelvis is stable. And then holding in the centre behind the thigh with two hands, breathing in. Breathing out, flexing the foot, pushing the heel. So not aiming to straighten necessarily, just to stretch. Breathing in to bend. Breathing out to push. Breathing in to bend. Breathing out to push. One more time, breathing in to bend. Breathing out to push. And hold. Option to walk the hands up the leg. Perhaps lift the head and shoulders if you're ready to do that, and slide your right leg away. Breathing gently, see if you can breathe into the back of that rib cage again. Bending the knee, coming down, well done. Put the feet and knees together. Arms out to the side. Let's drop both knees to the floor on the right side. Turn the head to the left, palms facing the ceiling. Breathing in. Breathing out as we draw down on the abdominals to come back. Knees to the left, slowly head to the right. Breathing in to drop. Breathing out to lift. Drop the knees to the right side and stay there. Turn your head to the left if you can. So sink as low as you comfortably can, then slip your left leg over your right leg. And it can stay bent. We're not really aiming to straighten it. We're aiming to feel the stretch round into the bottom and then round into the spine. So currently your foot may not have got to the floor, just use the breaths and gravity to allow you to sink. So each time you breathe out, can you perhaps just rotate a little bit further, provided the shoulders don't lift away from the floor? On your next out breath, bring your feet and ankles back together. Pull down on your abdominals and come up through center. And then go the other way, please. Drop the knees to the left. Slowly sink into that rotation. Turn the head the opposite way. Shoulders are down. And then, as and when you're ready, slide top leg over bottom leg. And again, the leg really is better bent. If it's hovering off the floor, that's okay. Don't want you to drop the foot at the expense of lifting the shoulder. But now use the breaths to allow the leg to relax down a little bit more. So breathing in through the nose and out slowly through the nose or mouth. Can you perhaps rotate a little more through the spine without the shoulders lifting? Good. So nice deep stretch down the outer thigh, the buttock and the lower back. Let's bring the feet back together. Draw down on the abdominals, breathe out and come back up. So just an outer thigh. Let's go to inner thigh now. Can you place the soles of your feet together? Bring your hands onto your rib cage, please, and just give me some short range pelvic tilts. So just rocking on and off the sacrum. Perhaps pressing the feet together softly, but not lifting the bottom. Drawing down on the abdominals, drawing up on the pelvic floor. And then just relax and you'll come into your own personal neutral position. Let's cross the arms and hold the elbows and extend over the head. Allow the back of your rib cage to lift away from the mat. So the rib cage is in extension, the shoulder blades are still down, hopefully the elbows to the floor. Your focus now is on breathing into your diaphragm, slowly expanding the ribs as you inhale, slowly softening them down as you exhale. Taking your time on your next out breath, bring your arms over, please. Draw down on your tummy, bring your knees together. Super roll onto one side and over onto all fours, please. Let's come into cat stretch once we are in position. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, flexion from the pelvis, rolling the length of the spine. And then extension, again moving from the pelvis first. Breathing out to round, breathing into arch. Round the spine into flexion and hold it here in flexion. So the head is down looking through the legs, the belly button is pulled in, we're just breathing naturally, allowing the back of the vertebra to release. Let's slowly go the other way. So we come into extension, and that allows the front of the vertebra to release. We lift the head if we can and open the chest, and then we just breathe into that stretch. If it's causing back pain, come back to neutral. Otherwise, please stay in extension. And then come back to neutral spine. Take the knees to the corners of the mat and the feet together. Sit back into an extended child's pose if you can. So that's arms reaching forward, hips pushing back. Once your head is on the mat, just creep your fingers forward. Obviously, if there's any discomfort around the shoulders or neck, you might need to draw your arms in a little bit. Walk the hands around to the right corner of the mat. And then head and chest are down, breathing into the stretch. Coming through center and over to the left corner. Reach, pull back, Head is down, pushing feet towards bottom. Drawing the hands into the side of the knees, supporting the body weight. Uncurl the spine. Good. Making sure your hands and feet are on the mat, so tucking the toes under, and to come up into downward dog. So spread the fingers, press into the hands, tuck the toes under, and we come upwards and backwards. And we're hoping that the back is flat. And so just pressing through the chest, pedal the feet for me there, please. And if your hips want to have a little sway when you're pedaling the feet, that's fine. Just going to change my camera angle. Good. And then can we press back and hold? So we're pressing the heels towards the floor, pressing the chest towards the knees, the head is down. We're trying to draw the shoulder blades together around the back. From here, and you might be quite tight down the hamstrings the first time you do this, can you start to walk your feet forward towards your hands? If that gets too difficult, have a bit of a shuffle. So we're at the front of the mat now. Head is down, palms are down. You can have your knees bent as much as you need to. Gently place the hands on the kneecaps and then lengthen the spine into a tabletop. My knees are bent. Holding with a long spine. Breathing in, holding. Breathing out, staying here. One more breath in and breathe out. Come down slowly, two hands on the floor. So let's make sure we're all on the same leg. Step back on your right leg, please. And then I want you to feel a stretch and have your hands either side of your left foot. So I feel like my left foot needs to go further forward to get the stretch. So my left foot's in front, my hands are down. Leaving my right hand down, I'm going to rotate and open towards that left leg. And so I'd like two straight arms, pushing the left shoulder back. Hopefully fingertips are to the ceiling. Looking up at the ceiling if we can. If you're not quite there, just use the breaths to ease yourself gently back. And then bring that hand down again slowly. Can you step back on the left foot now, please? We are in downward dog once again. Adjust yourself if you need to, so that you have a stretch under the armpits and down the hamstrings. Moving forward into a plank and holding. Straight line from head to toe. Breathing softly, staying engaged through core. Lowering slowly. We're going to go knees, then hips, chest, and chin. Hands stay under the shoulders, coming to cobra. Breathe in. Breathe out, push up. Now you can have your arms straight or bent. You can have your hips down or up. Lengthen the spine, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, come on down slowly. Tuck your toes back under. Push back through downward dog. And hold. And again, if you're not feeling a stretch in the shoulders and hamstrings, adjust yourself. Really lift the tailbone up and push the heels down. Breathing evenly. We want to walk the feet to the front of the mat slowly. Knees are bent, palms are down. We're looking through the legs. From here, placing hands on thighs just above knees and then lengthening into a tabletop. Holding here for a couple of breaths. Coming back down, palms to the floor. Stepping back on the left foot, please. Adjust yourself to where you feel a stretch. Have your hands either side of the right foot. When you're ready, open to the right side. Try to straighten both arms and the back leg. So reaching, pressing back. Coming down slowly, stepping back on the right leg. Super. Pressing into the stretch, adjusting if you need to in that downward dog. Hopefully that's got much looser. I can feel and get much further now. Coming forward into that plank, holding for 2 slow breaths. Weight is evenly distributed. Lowering slowly. Knees, hips, chest and chin. Breathing in, breathing out, pushing to cobra. Holding here, 2 breaths. Come on down slowly. Coming back into child's pose. Little press through the hands and then knees to the corners of the mat if you can. Soles of the feet together. And so rather than have the arms extended now, you might want to put your head on your hands or your hands to your ankles because your shoulders have just spent a bit of time in that extended position. Now good to relax them. You might want to give your fingers a wriggle, you might want to give your wrists a circle, or you might just want to sink there happily into your mat. Drawing the hands to the side of the knees, support the body weight. Uncurl slowly. Super. So we're going to come into a rotation now. So have your knees parallel rather than out to the corners. Come up onto all fours. And if you go the side where you can see me to start, so you'll probably be opposite to me, I'm going to thread the needle and drop to my ear and shoulder. So this time my bottom's in the air, my weight is forward on the shoulder. Good. Can you slide the top arm forward and extend? So you've got a really deep stretch around the back of the shoulder. And then if you're okay resting on the side of your head, draw that arm back in and take it around your back. Just wrap it around the back of the waist. And then use the breaths just to try to open the chest a little bit more. Perhaps we're looking up to, I can get to where the ceiling meets the wall. And then arm coming over, weight coming into the hand and pulling through. Going the other way, so I'll turn around so that I can still see you. Thread needle through the hole first, drop to the ear and shoulder, and then the other arm slides forward above your head along the mat. Good. Some nice even breath. And again, it needs to feel okay on the neck and the shoulder. Take that hand off the floor. Round the back of the waist. Adjust yourself if you're uncomfortable. And then just easing the shoulder back, maybe turning the head. So I can feel I've not got anywhere near as much range on this side. Obviously need to do more yoga. Bringing that arm back up and over, placing weight in the hand, drawing the arm through. Good. Can we come and sit down on our bottom now, please? Well done. Just come forward into slump stretch and then we'll release the neck because it's quite tough on the neck, that one. So take some breaths there first. And then uncurl the spine. And cross the legs for me, please. And just sit tall. Open the chest. Now, not throwing the head, but perhaps with your eyes closed, draw a slow circle with your nose. And so if we think about drawing the circle with the nose, we'll go through all of the ranges of movement without it being too extreme. I'm currently just going one way. You might be going one way, then the other way. It doesn't matter. I'm going to change direction now. So just one more circle with the nose. And then coming back to center, I want you to drop the ear to the shoulder. Take the arm over, hand to ear if you can. And then push this one down and away. It doesn't really need to go to the floor, just needs to drop and stretch. So we're pulling on both ends of this muscle here. Attaches across the shoulder and up behind the ear there. That's where you should be feeling it. And then you can turn the head and the eye gaze is towards the knee. And it will shift a little bit further around the back. Now we want to feel it, but we obviously have to be careful with the neck. And then release gently and come over the other way. So ear to the shoulder, please. Just gently relax. Arm comes over, hand to ear. Gentle pull. Emphasis on gentle. You want to feel a stretch, but not any kind of sharp pain. Push down. Lots of nerves up around the back of the neck there, into the base of the skull. Don't want to tweak anything. And then we'll turn the head and the eye gaze is towards the knee. Maybe move your hands a little bit further around the back of your head. Maybe you're not feeling anything. And then release. Super. Okay, let's let's just take the hands behind us and the legs out straight. And then just open the chest. So come into an extended position. Poke the chin up, but don't throw the head back. Almost as though you're sticking your chin out. Hold and just take some breaths. Transfer the weight forward off the hands. Let's come into intense forward fold. So let's take the arms up and extend. And your first movement needs to come from your hip, not your spine. So stay lengthened and come forward. And I feel I can only come about here about 45 degrees before my back wants to kick in. So I'm going to hold here, take another breath in. And then as I breathe out, I'm going to relax. I'm going to flex my feet and aim to take hold of them. If you're not there, don't worry. So my spine is now in a C curve. My head is down, holding feet, ankles or legs. Just take a couple of breaths here. Can you go a little further now you've held the posture? Release the hands and start to restack the spine. Pull the belly button in. Lengthen up as the hands draw in. And then move back into extension once again. Weight moves back. Shoulder blades come together. Chin is up. If you feel strong enough, squeeze your glutes and lift. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, come on down slowly. Transfer the weight forward. Extend up, reach to where the ceiling meets the wall, flat back, hip hinge, brace the abdominals, breathe in. Breathe out, relax forward, curve the spine, take hold wherever you can. The head is down, the spine is curved. I'm breathing into the back of my rib cage. Each time you breathe out, see if you can just pull yourself a little bit further if it's not too painful. Releasing the feet and drawing back very slowly. Transferring the hands behind you. Opening the chest, pushing up. Now you'll still benefit from your bottom being down, but if you can squeeze and lift, then squeeze and lift. Inhale, exhale, one more time, inhale, and exhale, come on down slowly. Transferring forward, last time, extending up, stay lengthened, hip hinge. I can feel that's eased off quite a lot now, and I can get much further with a flat back. Inhale. Exhale, down you go, curved spine. Hold the feet, drop the head, round the spine. So holding there and breathing gently. Are you a little bit further than you were 2 stretches ago? Release the hands and uncurl. And this time, hands behind you without the lift, and just hold that stretch. Transferring the weight off the hands, bending the knees, and coming down softly onto your back again. So support yourself, pop something under your head. Draw your knees in and take your feet the width of the mat. Arms out to the side, please. Rolling on and off the right and left side of the foot as you drop one knee through the center. Breathing in to drop and out to lift. Finishing with knees to the left and then coming back to center. Good, let's stretch the legs away. Bring the hands on the bottom of the rib cage, fingertips touching, close your eyes. Draw your focus to your breath. So I'd like you to gently just feel the ribs rising and falling, expanding and contracting, and think about the back of the neck being long, the back of the shoulder blades being into the floor. As you breathe in evenly for 4 and out evenly for 4. Moving the hands down to the lower abdominals, so fingertips pointing towards the pubic bone, shoulders relaxed. Focus on breathing into the transverse abdominals now. So feeling the abdominals rise and fall as you breathe slowly. Not changing the shape of the spine, but being aware that the bottom of the back and the pelvis should be on the mat. Midsection of the back is possibly lifted away from the mat, which is fine. And then the legs, the thighs, the calves, the ankles, all just heavy on the mat. So place your hands on the floor. So hands on the floor, stay down, just start to wriggle your fingers and your toes. And then draw your knees in one at a time. Roll over onto your side, please. Push yourselves up to the seated position. And let's cross those legs once again. Good, lengthen up through the spine. Let's just have a release. Rotate, look over the shoulder. Come back through center, breathe in, breathe out, rotate. Breathe in, come around. Breathe out, rotate, lengthen. One more time, breathing into center, breathing out to rotate. Come center, and then bring the hands into the heart center there. Breathing in and out slowly. Extending the arms up. Eye gaze to where the ceiling meets the wall. Inhale. Exhale, come on down slowly. Namaste. Thank you very much indeed.